everybody, it's Matt Brown from Matt Brown's Guitar Studio and the band Dead Parade. And with this one, I am finishing up all of the bass lines to the Beatles' Abbey Road album. So this one is I Want You, in parenthesis, She's So Heavy. So this one's in standard tuning, and we're going to start it from the beginning like we always do. So I'm going to play the intro for you, and then I will break down the bass line and what's going on for it. The intro starts in 6/8 time, and what we're doing essentially is just walking up the D minor scale. So what we're going to do is a D note at your 5th fret of the 3rd string, and you'll probably notice he slides out most of the time he plays that note. Then we're going to go up to E, and we're going to do this with our first finger here because we're going to be playing this little line. You'll see in a second. So what we're doing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. So right there we're changing to an E note there, our root note of the chord there, and hitting its octave. So 7 and 9 there, getting a little slide out. That's a chromatic walk down, 8, 7, 6 there, down to that B flat note. And then the ending to the bass line is this. We have, so we're ending up on an A chord here. So that was C, 8th fret, D, 5th fret, A, an octave. Alright, we're to the first verse now, and I'm going to play that for you. Same deal, and then break it down. This verse is super simple. We're just kind of hammering away with the drums on the bass notes of our root notes of our A chord here. You know, bom, bom, bom. Yeah, and doing it in time we have 1 and 2 and in one of the measures, and then back to 1 and 2. The next part is we have the kind of like famous walk-up part as the vocals follow the bass line here. So we have A rest, C rest, D rest, F rest, or 5/8, 5/8. And then we have a little chromatic bit here that goes approaching our A 5 power chord arpeggio here. So that's 5, 6, 7, 7, 5. And then we have a little A walk-up bit here that's going to lead to our D chord. So that's 5, 5, 4. 5, 5, 5, 4, 5. Then we're playing basically over a D chord. So basically he's playing D minor pentatonic stuff here. You know, just outlining the D with the octaves and some little, pentatonic ideas. So that's all that's going on there. The Interlude is up next, so I'll play that one and then break it down. And this is one of my favorite Beatles riffs of all time. This one's just great. So check it out and then I'll teach it to you. So this one is real simple. All we're doing is hammering on like this real ugly, like, minor 7th flat 5 chord. I'm guessing, I didn't transcribe the guitar. And then we're doing this little chromatic line in E minor. So it's really simple. All we have is this. So that's the first bit, just low E in your octave at the 7th fret. Then we're going to do this. So that's 7, 10, 9, 8. And then we're playing this little pentatonic thing. We're going 7, 9, 9. So a little power chord. 7, 9. And then that just repeats. At the end we have like a, you know, big rock and roll slide. So that's it for this part. Harmonically speaking, the second verse is exactly the same as the first. So Paul McCartney being Paul McCartney, you know, he's going to change up his bass line since it is pretty much the same type part, just to give the song, you know, that hip variety. So what we're doing here is just kind of playing high A root notes. Then a little pentatonic slide there, and then kind of going back up. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So that right there is a real cool thing he does, just like bending that up, approaching a half step there. So let's continue on. I'll play the rest of the part over the A chord here. We've got 2, 3, just power chords. And then we have a little neat little Dorian thing he does here. Cool. So then this leads into the walk up. So over the D chord section, it's pretty much the same as what you're going to see. The same type of material from the last verse, just, you know, maybe put in different spots. So won't go over that. But up next is the second interlude, and it's barely different. Just, you know, adding a little extra pizzazz at the end. So let's check that out. With the first chorus, harmonically, it's the same as the intro and all of that. It repeats again, and it's the outro as well. So same as the outro here. So the only thing different that you're going to see in the first chorus is Paul doing some of these high, like tremolo pick kind of slides down from the 19th fret. Otherwise, everything's the same. The guitar solo is the next part, and it's essentially played over a verse. And since the guitar solo is, you know, it's taking the full role of the guitar in the mix, so the bass becomes a little bit more prominent and starts playing some little minor pentatonic ideas over the A and D chords here. So what the main figure you see is, you know, pretty common, like 60s groovy sounding pentatonic. So same thing moved up, you know, to your D position for the D chord. And that pretty much takes care of what I need to tell you for this verse. Third interlude is very similar to the other interludes in that it's, you know, the exact same riff. The only thing you're going to see different is some of these big E octaves maybe in some different spots. So watch out for that. the next part of the song is the second chorus, and Paul McCartney pretty much plays it exactly the same way as the first. So if you caught that bit of the lesson, you're good to go. And then after that, we're going to check out the third verse, which is very similar to how he plays the guitar solo. So a lot of the same material there. So maybe try to catch some of the neat little ideas that you're seeing here and add them into your interpretation of the bass line. Next is the fourth interlude, again very similar to the others, and a little rhythmic variation here that's a little bit different that you might catch, otherwise just the same material. So check it out. Alright, that does it. The outro is the only part that's left, and I'm not even going to bother playing it for you since it's just basically the chorus parts kind of played over and over with maybe some real light improv in there. So hope you enjoyed this lesson. If any of you would like my tabs of Paul's exact performance of the bass line on the original Abbey Road recording, just shoot me an email. My email's on the screen there. And please subscribe, please hit the like button, and maybe get notifications from me. So I'll see you guys around. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm Matt Brown.